Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got quite a few sources here today, all focused on, well, a really big topic in travel.
Yep, the icon of the seas. Specifically, what it's actually doing for its summer 2025 season.
There's a lot floating around, announcements, reviews, updates.
Right, so we've sifted through it. We're looking at official plans, industry takes, all that.
And our mission here is pretty simple. Cut through the noise.
Hmm.
What are the key things you need to know about Icon next summer? Itineraries, the experience, booking. Let's jump in.
Okay, so the basics first. Icon of the seas, it's sticking to its plan. Year-round sailings, always 7 nights, always round trip from Miami. That's its base.
Consistent there.
Hmm.
And something that really stood out across all the material, every single trip, every 7-night cruise, makes a stop a perfect day at Coco Cay.
That's Royal Caribbean's private island in the Bahamas, and yeah, it's clearly a major selling point.
They must really push that. I mean, the sources mentioned things like the huge water slide there, the big freshwater pool.
Exactly. Tallest slide in North America, largest pool in the Bahamas, that kind of thing. Putting it on every sailing means everyone gets that signature experience.
Makes sense. So Coco Cay is the constant. What about the rest of the week? The itineraries seem to split into 2 main types for summer 25.
Pretty much. You've got your Eastern Caribbean routes.
Okay, so like St. Martin, St. Kitts, St. Thomas, maybe the Dominican Republic, classic spots.
Yeah, those are about, vibrant islands, nice beaches, the usual Caribbean feel.
And the other flavor, Western Caribbean.
Right. Those itineraries often hit places like Honduras, maybe Cozumel, Costa Maya in Mexico.
And the vibe there is a bit different, more adventure-focused. Jungles, ruins.
That's what the sources suggest, yeah. A different kind of exploration.
Okay, got it. And did we see any specifics on, like, timing or cost? Just to give people a rough idea.
Yeah, there was one example pulled out, an Eastern Caribbean trip, end of May into early June 2025. May 31st to June 7th, I think.
And the price point?
Starting price was noted around $779 per person. That's based on 2 people in a cabin, of course, so gives you a ballpark.
Helpful reference. Now, speaking of ports, there was a note about Labadee, Haiti, wasn't there?
Yes, that's important. The suspension of visits there, it's been extended, so no stops in Labadee through summer 2025, according to the updates.
Good to know if you're familiar with their older routes. Okay, let's shift gears to the ship itself. I mean, the size is just hard to grasp.
It really is. 250,800 gross tonnage. Officially the largest cruise ship in the world.
And the number of people. It's like a small city. Up to 7,600 guests, plus crew.
Yeah, and about 2,350 crew members. It's massive.
So how do they even manage that? The sources talk about these neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
Like distinct areas.
Exactly. That seems to be the core content. 8 neighborhoods total, and 5 are totally new to this ship class. It's a way to, spread people out and offer different experiences in different zones.
Like mini destinations on board. Any standouts mentioned?
Oh, yeah. Thrill Island gets a lot of attention. That's where they have Category 6, the huge water park, record-breaking slides and all that.
Okay, Adrenaline Central. What about something more relaxed?
Then you've got Chill Island. It's got like 4 pools. One is supposedly the largest pool at sea, and they have a swim-up bar there too, first for the fleet, I think.
Nice. And there are others too, right? Like areas for families or adults-only spots?
Yeah, Surfside is geared towards families with young kids, and the Hideaway is more of an adults-only retreat, kind of beach club vibe, with that suspended infinity pool.
Sounds like a lot of variety. And food. Must be tons of options.
Over 15 dining venues were mentioned, so yeah, a huge range. Entertainment, too, they're talking Broadway-style shows, ice skating, even The Wizard of Oz at sea.
Wow. Now, the sources also touched on the environmental side. It runs on LNG.
Primarily, yes, liquefied natural gas. It's also designed for shore power hookups in port and uses waste heat recovery systems. They definitely highlight these features.
But there's a counterpoint, too, right? About the LNG.
There is. It's worth noting, and then the sources do mention it, that while LNG burns cleaner than the old heavy fuel oil in some ways, environmental groups have concerns, specifically about methane emissions, which is a potent greenhouse gas. So it's compliance.
Not a simple eco-friendly label.
Yeah.
Okay, practical stuff. Booking for summer 2025. What's the advice?
Book early, like really early. The demand has apparently been huge ever since bookings opened back in, September 2023?
Especially for certain cabins. Suites, maybe.
Yeah. Suites and popular cabin types went fast, so if you want a specific location or category, planning way ahead is the consistent message.
And there was that mention of a technical issue last year. September 2024.
It had an issue that reduced its speed, caused a missed port call. It apparently went into Freeport for maintenance shortly after.
To get it sorted for 2025, presumably.
Yeah, the implication is they addressed it to ensure it's running smoothly for this upcoming season.
One more factor. There's another giant ship coming soon, Icon's sister.
Right, Star of the Seas. It's scheduled to debut in August 2025, but sailing out of Port Canaveral, a different Florida port.
So that might shift things a bit later in the summer. Another option maybe affects demand.
Could do. It's just another piece of the puzzle for late summer 25.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Looking at all these sources, the picture for Icon of the Seas in summer 2025 seems to be about, well, first, its incredible scale.
Definitely. Scale and the way they're trying to manage it with those distinct neighborhoods.
Plus that guaranteed stop at Coco Cay on every single trip. That's a big one.
And underpinning it all is this really high demand, meaning you absolutely need to book ahead.
So sheer size, unique zones, Coco Cay guaranteed. Book early. That's the core.
Yeah. And maybe a final thought, just pulling back a bit.
Mhm.
When you look at a ship like Icon, its scale, its features, it really makes you think, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, it's this constant push for bigger and better, more innovative experiences, but that inherently bumps up against, the operational complexity of running such a huge vessel, and also those environmental questions we touched on.
So it's a balancing act.
It is. How do you keep pushing the boundaries of fun and engineering while managing the logistics and the footprint? Especially as more of these megaships come online, like Star of the Seas. It's something to chew on, I think. How far can this model go, and what does it really mean for cruising?
Yep, definitely something to mull over. Thanks for unpacking all that with us.
You bet. Until next time.